Hi everyone, happy Easter. Now today we're going to talk about David Icke, amongst other things. Now it says, coronavirus, Ofcom formally probes David Icke TV interview. And it says, London Live condemned for allowing David Icke to air lunatic conspiracy theories. So, what can I say about this? Well, they're obviously trying to censor him because some of what he says makes sense. Because he was probably saying truthful things and they don't want it getting out. And by they, I mean the Illuminati and Freemasons. So obviously they would brand him as a lunatic in an attempt to make people not believe him. This article here is from the Jewish Chronicle. We know that the Jews have some sort of connection to the Illuminati and Freemasons, and that's why all of the stuff about the Labour Party and Jeremy Corbyn came out about anti-Semitism. Because the Jews are part of the elite, the rich people. Just like the Tory party is only out for the benefit of the rich people. They don't care about the poor people. They don't care about the working class people. I mean, don't get me wrong, not all Jews are part of the elite. And not all Jews are rich. I'm just saying some Jews are rich and some Jews are part of the elite. And of course, Jesus Christ was a Jew himself. So, let's take a look at the symbolism to do with this game called Clock Tower Fray. Now, this woman, the main character, represents the heavenly woman of Revelation 12. And the clock tower symbolism even goes back to your movies like Back to the Future through there. Even see in this game called Haunting Ground, you have this Fiona character. He represents the heavenly woman of Revelation 12. She's your Alice in Wonderland type character with the blonde hair. And then the dog is for the dog star Sirius, part of God's throne and the Star of Bethlehem. It even has to do with your Sirius Black in Harry Potter, because we all know that Sirius Black transforms into a dog. Well, those who are familiar with Harry Potter know that anyway. Then we have Daniela, the woman of wickedness, coming after the Rev 12 woman Fiona. It even has to do with Fiona out of Shrek, because she also represents the Revelation 12 woman. See how she's your princess? The Rev 12 woman is seen as a princess type character. Now, to be honest, they shouldn't be censoring David Icke. What they should be censoring is the Kardashians and Geordie Shore and stuff like that. Because, quite frankly, those shows are degrading to women. Why should we always believe the mainstream media? Why should we always believe the official story of everything? Like, why should we always believe the BBC, the ITV, the CNN? Like, why don't we believe alternative media instead that comes from people such as David Icke and Alex Jones and people like that? Of course, the Illuminati and Freemasons come after Julian Assange because he put quite a lot of information out there that they didn't want getting out. He leaked information, basically. To be honest, even reading the description of this game, it sounds really satanic. It says, in these realms, she, the main character, is hunted by psychopathic and sadistic serial killers. I mean, this could even go back to your soap operas like Hollyoaks, because they seem to feature serial killers quite a lot. The Revelation 12 woman, she's known to give love. And when her child is born, that child will be born with love. So, this tennis player called Helena Ostapenko represents the Revelation 12 woman. She's being given love, and she gives love out in return. Here we have Ostapenko looking extremely cool as a rock chick. Another person who represents the Revelation 12 woman, Natalia Poklonskaya. You can see she's on the side of God and Jesus because she's wearing white for heaven. And she's also wearing a cross. Even her beads there are white for heaven. See, she has blonde hair just like Alice in Wonderland. And here is a sexy picture of her, because I know some of my viewers like to see that. Going back to this, Fiona's wearing white for heaven. Even the dog is white for heaven. Okay, some people might say he has grey hair, but to me that looks white. I mean, this bitch called Dana Schwartz gets on my nerves. She's in the She-Hulk TV show for Disney+. She's put here, some of the worst men I've ever encountered are nerds who didn't get girls when they were younger, then became successful and now see them as commodities they're entitled to. This tweet really pissed me off, so I hit back at her and I said, I totally disagree. The best men are nerds. The worst men are the jocks and the dickheads that you date. You saying things like that makes men take their own lives, so be careful what you say. The dickheads seem to be entitled to women, so nerds should be entitled to women also. I mean, obviously I love women, I do. But I don't know why they insist on dating these brain-dead idiots. I mean, and they even get married to them as well. I mean, what's the point? Because they just end up getting divorced from them. What gets me, they try and censor this chick called Ashton Birdie, who speaks a lot of sense. But this chick called Dana Schwartz, she speaks utter bullshit. And they don't try and censor her. I mean, why is that got 3k retweets and 1.5k likes? Because that is one of the most shittest statements I have ever read in my life. I mean, they wonder why so many men take their own lives, and it's because bitches like her make stupid statements like this, yeah. And it's like, the amount of people retweeting her and liking her, it's like they're actually agreeing with her. I mean, this kind of thing makes me lose faith in the human race, to be honest. I mean, the whole toilet roll situation with the coronavirus, that also made me lose faith in the human race. Right, guys, I'm just chewing on a dairy milk here because it is Easter after all. So, basically, right, this statement is putting men down, and I don't like that because it affects men's mental health. And she could hit back and say, oh, but men have been putting women down for years. I've never put a woman down in my entire life, so I can't be held accountable for other men who have put women down. Like, the thing is, it's a massive contradictory thing, because the men that put the women down, the women give them the time of day. But when you have a guy like me, who never puts a woman down, they don't give me the time of day, though, do they? I mean, this world was fucked up before the coronavirus, but the virus has just made it even more fucked up. I mean, we live in a world where they try to censor David Icke, and they have actually censored some of his videos. I think they took some of his videos down. YouTube have. But they don't try and censor this chick, do they? In terms of Bill Gates, we know he's a clever bloke for inventing Microsoft Windows, but I don't trust him as far as I could throw him, to be honest, because he has a lot of links with the Rockefeller family. And the Rockefeller family have massive links to the Illuminati and Freemasons. They may even be a part of the Illuminati and Freemasons. I believe the Illuminati and Freemasons run this world, and they are trying to reduce the population. David Icke and Ashton Birdie basically believe that as well, pretty much. I mean, people can say to me, oh Adam, don't focus on the negatives all of the time, but the thing is, if we don't focus on those negatives, they just get away with their evil plans. I mean, Hitler got away with his evil plans for so long, and by the time we stopped him, it was already too late, because he had already murdered millions of people. So, you want something positive? Here's me in Sidmouth with my cool Darth Vader shirt. I mean, even this tweet from this Dana woman, it says every straight relationship, and it seems like she's saying that every straight relationship is garbage. But I've actually replied to that as well, and I've put, that's because women get with men who are a waste of space. If the women got with me, they would have the time of their life. Mel Box, a rigid set of expectations, perceptions, and behaviours of what is manly behaviour. Men are socialised to fit within these criteria to be seen as real men. Men don't cry, men seek revenge rather than wallow. Well, we have to be dominant, otherwise women won't go out with us.